Hey everyone, Sarah here from Straight Talk with Sarah and William. Tonight I'm enjoying the cooler temperatures out on my deck. It's very peaceful out here. I'm enjoying the flowers, they're very relaxing, and just enjoying a beautiful day here in Minnesota. So how are your guys' flowers growing? Having any problems with them? I know a lot of people are suffering with Japanese beetles right now and like powdery mildew on their vining crops, and blight and stuff like that on their tomatoes or blossom end rot. So anyways, let me know how your stuff is growing. So anyways, let's go take a quick look at how stuff is growing in my yard. Time for a little update on the garden. We'll start here with our vegetables. So we'll take a look here at my pepper plants. So my bell peppers are growing really nicely. I think this is my best crop I've had since we moved into this house a few years ago. So yeah, it looks like I have about a half dozen bell peppers on my 3 plants here. And my jalapenos, I have a good number of those, and looks like some poblamos. And I still have some more started. Over here looking at the tomatoes, they are starting to turn red, so probably next week sometime my celebrities will be ready to harvest, so time for some BLTs. And my San Mazzanas are turning red, and so are my cherry tomatoes. So the lower ones down here, Jack sometimes likes to just pick those off and nibble on, so I'm just going to grab one up here for myself. And then we'll go take a look at my cucumber. Oh, got a monarch here floating around my milkweed. Really excited. My neighbor next door has been collecting eggs and raising them indoors and releasing them. So this is just a little view of our little garden over here along the house. And my cucumber is growing like crazy. We've been harvesting quite a few every day off of it. These are called so longs, so they're a long skinny cucumber, more kind of like your English cucumber. So there's one right there. We'll give that one a few more days to get a little thicker. With the trellis here, the ones that have been growing on the trellis will stay straight, and any ones that are growing kind of more leaning on the ground, let's see if we can find one in here. They end up curling a little bit. But either way, these have been delicious cucumbers. Made a cucumber salad the other day. Will really didn't like it because it wasn't his grandma's recipe, so might have to find that someplace. But anyways, this time of year you can often get powdery mildew on your cucumbers, blight on your tomatoes, and just other kind of fungus diseases, especially with the hot, humid weather. So this product here by Bonide is what I've been using on my cucumber plants. You can use it as a spray or as a drench in this spring when you're planting your garden. So if you've had problems with powdery mildew or blight on your tomatoes, I highly recommend giving this product a try. And my dahlias around my bird bath are starting to flower. Very excited about that. Don't know if I've shown you guys this plant before. It's called a rain lily or a fairy lily. So it flowers when it gets rainwater. So we've had a couple days with some rain overnight here, so it's blooming. Looks like I might have 1 or 2 more buds down in there. I'll look around here on the deck. So my bougainvillea is still climbing nicely. It's just kind of doing its thing. Here's a little quick view of my dipladenia, which I've had in the same 8-inch pot for the last probably 4 summers. It's full of buds right now. Again, I highly recommend, if you want to plant you can neglect and still have beautiful flowers, that you pick up a dipladenia. Then here's my little bass pot with scaevola and lantana. Earlier in the day when the sun was out, I don't know how many different varieties of bees I had all over that planter. And finally had a nice day here at home, so I was able to do some deadheading on my plants. And again, The bees were just loving this flower right here, which is pretty in pink, I believe. Biden. Here's a shot at this planter. Again, I did some cleaning up, trimming. So hopefully it'll be blooming fully again here shortly. Did some trimming on this one. And here's a picture of my favorite dahlia. Okay. And I also did some trimming on this one. Yeah, so that one's good. View here of my spider plant. So I have my spider plant sitting on this old milk can from my grandparents' farm. So it's always fun to kind of find stuff and reuse things that you find around parents' place, grandparents' house. Just like a reminder of fun times and childhood memories. And then this bench right here is another find from my grandparents' farm. My great-grandfather had made this bench. I believe it was for when they were doing washing, using the wash tub. So William found some lacquer and stuff and did that over the week. So hopefully this will remain part of our family for a long time to come. A nice little shot here of my triple planter. The Lopospermum on the bottom there is just going like crazy. Pretty soon it might find itself climbing onto the fence here. So heading out here to kind of the side of the house, we'll take a look here at my perennial garden. So right now my stargazer lily is blooming. It's my last one, so it's been going for about a week and a half now. It's always excited to see it blooming, but then it's always sad to see the last one fall off. So I also did deadheading on my perennial salvias today, so that's going to help them rebloom more. Again, salvias are great for pollinators. The bees love it, butterflies. So again, great plant if you're looking to get pollinators in your yard and for a long bloomer. And then right here, this nice little color combination. I got the purple pink echinacea along with this fall sunflower. And as I was saying, the pollinators love the salvia. So today I also trimmed off some of the spent blossoms off my hydrangea here. And I got this hydrangea tree here, still not quite sure where we're going to put it. It was a return from a customer who took it home in the back of their pickup, standing up and the top snapped off. But we got new growth on both sides, so figured might as well give it a try. So my sedum here is flowering really nicely, budding out. So probably another, I don't know, early August, so well, we're at the end of July, so another couple weeks, this will be full of blooms. And the fun thing about having family who have gardens too, sometimes you get to like share your perennials with each other. So the sedum came from my sister's house, along with the two tall plants back there, which are asters. So those will be purple, and this sedum here in front is a autumn joy. Just a little view here of this little corner garden, and the moss roses are really starting to bloom. Still some of my New Guinea impatiens are blooming, and my summer crush hydrangea is looking nice. It's coming to the end of the season for my garden phlox. Check out this patch of moss roses. They are just gorgeous. The main ones you see blooming right now are going to be the double magenta, I believe. So yeah, so they have a really awesome double flower, very unique. We'll take a closer look at one here. So there's a view of its double flower, so very nice. And then my little quickfire here up front is blooming, and they're starting to change from the white over to the pink colors. So we'll take a look at that. As you can see, so they start out white and then they start turning pink. And here's a shot of my dipladenia out front here, and I have red ones out here, and so this one is starting to flower. And again, I went through and trimmed up all these pots out front, cutting out what was dead and maybe giving some room for stuff that has been struggling in it. And I'm really excited for this plant right here to start blooming. It's a black and blue salvia, so we'll get a tall spike flower on it that's going to be a kind of a really deep purpley blue. Again, awesome for attracting pollinators to your yard. And this little more kind of shade pot here, I'm still really loving the salmon ivy leaf geranium in that one. And then just a little view of my garden around here in the front. So I got my echinacea still blooming, my phlox are blooming, and then I have a black eyed Susan that is starting to flower out here. So this right here will be a variety of black eyed Susan. Well, thanks for taking a look at my garden with me today. So until next time, this is Sarah from Straight Talk with Sarah and William.